Screw it. We're live early. And I had to say screw it because YouTube doesn't want me to swear in the first 30 seconds or so, even on a live stream. No kids are waiting on my live stream. Oh, my lights went. I'm going to tweet this thing out. I'll wait to see. It's been so long. It's been 3 weeks, I think. It's been an amount of time since I've streamed last, and so I'm starting a little bit early today, trying to get back in the voice. Tweet that one out, or not tweet it out, Discord it out. What's going on, Pax the Fox? Risk, welcome. Let me know if, audio should be fine. I didn't adjust anything with audio, but sometimes you never know with audio. You never know with computers. Shit just breaks. Today we're gonna be, I guess, playing some BO6. To be honest, I streamed, like I said, I think it was 3 weeks ago. Let me actually pull it up to be accurate here. The last time that I streamed, though, that was the last time that I played this game. I've had it open, I guess. I just haven't actually, played a real game. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. Regardless. I don't know what it is. Does anyone else feel this way? I have a feeling that usually if I say anything negative about the current COD, there's a billion people who agree with me. I just feel zero, reason to play this game right now. I said I wouldn't get Dark Matter. I did it anyway. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Congrats, Helljumper. Whoever said that they got the event done in 30 minutes are liars. I played one zombies match. So I heard they might have patched it after an hour or two. So what Jan's talking about is there's a new event. There's 2 events. By the way, check out how little I have. I literally don't even have one thing unlocked on the Ninja Turtles. That's crazy. They extended it, though, so it goes through this week, too. But now this one's for the next 2 weeks. I believe until Season 3. This is the new event. It's kind of the same as, the little Archies last time, except now, instead of bobbleheads, you pick up clovers. You kill people, you get clovers, I guess. And then you get a whole bunch of them. The max is 1,800. Again, I haven't played, so I don't know how crazy it is. It sounds like one zombies match equals 150 clovers. That's not bad. I think that's at least it's at least one thing that you'd unlock. But man, I don't. I'm gonna play the game right now, obviously, and we're gonna see how it goes. But I haven't felt the need to play this game in over 2 weeks now. Despite them adding these events, there's brand new stuff. I talked about this wild card when they first announced it fucking forever ago, the Fly Swatter wild card. I thought this was an amazing idea. I was super hyped, and then really kind of sad that it wasn't at launch. And now it's finally in the game, and I'm like, I don't actually care that much. I'm assuming that this is a Warzone perk. It is. Well, thanks so much, Pax.
Pax the Fox donated 10 New Zealand dollars through Super Chat. Here at 10 because everybody should have a good and spread positives.
I appreciate that, Pox. Thank you so much. Pax. I can't read. Appreciate that, Pax. Good vibes all around, I hope. But yeah, so they added that. They also added this thing. D13 Sector loved this thing. Or I love the idea of it, I should say. And I love this thing back in BO3. But it's it takes a third of a million XP to unlock. As you can tell, I guess I played 1 or 2 games at some point over these last 2 weeks because I have a little bit of XP toward it. It's just the grind to get it is too much. There's also, because a bunch of events, stopped. How do I even get to it? Let's see. Challenges? Yeah, Armory. There's also a bunch of, for me, I missed out on the TR2. I missed out on all of the melee weapons. I actually don't know if there was a way to unlock the melee weapons initially, if they just added them to the armory. A new perk, Hunter's Instinct. I actually don't know. Oh no, this is multiplayer. And then the binary trigger for the Tonto. All stuff that I think is like cool. I mean, the melee weapons don't really change the game much, but like brand new gun, new perk, you know, binary trigger, all this stuff. They take 250,000 XP to unlock every single one. And I just cannot bring myself to just grind out XP using the same stuff, playing the same game modes, doing the same maps. Like, it's just, I don't know. Does anyone else feel like this way? It's just too much, like, grinding without enough, like, I don't know. All of the good shit that I want to like make the game fun, like the D12 or D13 sector and the fly swatter thing. It's all, you gotta grind so long to even get to it. I don't know. We'll see though. I haven't played in a few weeks. It's possible that I hit go and I fall in love with this game again. But right now I've fallen out of it. I will also say that the game mode's quick. If you watch any stream of mine, any content of mine, I am a sucker for some like good game modes. I want some good game modes in this game, man. But like Gun Game and Prop Hunter here, those are good. Other than that, these are all just small map like game mode, like featured playlists here. Gun Game apparently wasn't even in the game for the last like few weeks too. They like just re-added it. You got Face Off Endurance, which is just face off but higher like score limits, which is cool, I guess. But like, do we need that? Do we need that and small map mosh pit, which is primarily strike maps anyway? You just got what, Subsonic, Babylon, Payback, Nuketown in there. Nuketown might be in strike. I actually don't know. Regardless, I'm gonna stop complaining for a minute. I'm just gonna go into it. Let's do some of this. Let's do some of that. I don't even know what I just selected. I think TDM and Dom. What's with this game having all small maps? It's to incentivize the grind. Or I shouldn't say incentivize. To like it all kind of works together. The reason that they can do such like massive like grinds like this for what really shouldn't be grinded that hard is because they have like these fast lanes. And the problem is like you need to take those fast lanes if you want to unlock shit in any kind of like reasonable amount of time. But you do that and your quality of life sucks because you're just playing fucking Stakeout all the time. I don't know. Melee weapons and the perk were always in the armory. Okay, good to know. But still, that's crazy, though. The fact that a single weapon is 250,000 XP, whereas, like, in the fucking... any other weapon along, like, the regular progression is nowhere near that. Does anyone actually know the math offhand how much XP it takes for a full prestige? I think that is like 500,000. So they're asking you to do half a prestige worth of XP for a single gun, and that's just crazy. Pure brain rot. Yeah, pretty much. That's my biggest reason right there. Yeah, it sucks because, like, at its core, I do enjoy, like, this game on, like, a gunfight-to-gunfight basis. You know? Like, match-to-match, it's fine. It's just, like, it feels like every decision that the devs make... I shouldn't even say devs. Every, like, business decision... Oh, I have this thing. It just feels anti-consumer in a way that makes me not want to support them, and it makes me, like, actively... want to fight it. Oh, I forgot about the clovers. I talked about that just before. I got one clover? One clover, baby. Just 1,799 more to go. Oh, here we go. That's a golden one. I think that's worth 10. It's worth 5. Okay, that's something. God, I can't. So again, I mentioned this like 12 times. I haven't played this game in so long. It feels weird back to be back on the sticks right now. I've been swapping between a bunch of different older CODs lately. I have a video coming out hopefully this weekend. The goal is Sunday, but we'll see. I only just shot it yesterday, so it might be a little bit of a tight turnaround. We'll see. But because of that, like every COD game, you don't notice it sometimes going like between certain CODs, or like if you go, you know, sequentially. You don't quite notice, you know, MW22 and MW23 kind of like, obviously they're different, but you can kind of pick it back up within, you know, 2 minutes, not even. But going between like COD Ghosts and BO6, it's a completely different game. I gotta get my sea legs back again here. Almost every map in BO3 was decent. It was fast, but not brain rot fast. That had a good balance. The only thing, so I'm not a jetpack guy. Oh, are those worth gold? Yeah, okay. I guess those golden ones are 10. Interesting. I'm not a jetpack guy. So for that reason, like BO3 didn't really do it for me. I do agree. I think BO3 had some solid maps. I can really only think of like 2 or 3 that were just kind of like meh. I don't know that they really had too many like bad maps that everyone was, you know, they didn't have like a Piccadilly, you know, unless I'm mistaken. But so jetpacks kept me away from keeps BO3 out of my like top 5, top 10, and also their supply drop system was just awful. DLC weapons. You know, I was just talking about now how the grind for new weapons and this and that is insane right now in BO6. BO3 was like, oops. BO3 was like, you had to grind that hard, and you might at the end of it not actually get what you wanted because it's all random. It's all luck based. What's going on, Butley and Deadly? Sound like a duo, Butley and Deadly. It doesn't. It's not even a funny joke. Also, somehow Bullet plays strangely well, right? It's the doors, man. I talked about it in that video. I had a couple people in the comments saying like, nah, even with doors, it's bad, or it's bad because of the doors, and I've never disagreed with take more than that. I don't know. Bullet. Again, I haven't played in 2 weeks, and sometimes with like new maps, the first week of a map versus, you know, the sequential like weeks, it gets a lot more like cheesy. People like understand the map a little bit more, so it's possible that like the flow has changed. But at least during that first week, enemy UAV inbound. Bullet was playing probably better than any other strike map, which is crazy. Absolute lunacy. I'm going to use any other gun. I'm now also realizing, what was I working on? I guess I was working on the DM10? I don't even know what hold on. Do I have camos tracked? Krig C. I was working on Krig, is this the Krig? Yeah, okay. We'll do this. Oops. Oh boy. I love me a gun. Wait, that event was today? I had no idea. Not like I care. Dude, I don't see anyone pumped for this event. But yeah, it did. It started today. It runs for 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, the overwhelming consensus I've seen is that this event is kind of just like, you know, no one cares. It's such a nothing. It's hard to be pumped about COD at all anymore. It's tough. It's tough. Thoughts on Verdansk returning? Personally, I couldn't give two shits. Let's see. There's a lot to unpack with Verdansk coming back. Because while I don't think it's going to save Warzone, I am kind of low-key excited for it to come back. I'm not a Warzone player. I stopped playing Warzone coincidentally around when Verdansk went away. I probably cut it off, or I probably stopped playing Warzone around like Caldera Season 2 or something like that. Because I just kind of got bored of it. It will bring me back for like a little bit. But in the same way that like Warzone 3.0 or like whatever this game's Warzone, whatever the hell we're calling it, in the same way that like that brought me back for a week when they dropped Area 99 and like Omni Movement and like refreshed perks and shit. I can almost guarantee you that after 1 week I'm going to be off it, and I'm starting like unless they have something crazy planned for like keeping players engaged. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be like me. Like within a month or two, player numbers are going to be right back down where they were. Let's see. I agree that the gunfights and movement is good in this game, but the maps are just awful one-line messes. I think outside of the strike maps, I think the maps are fine. I mean, I've talked about this a lot. I think I'm definitely in the minority saying that like the game, or that rather that this game's maps are good. My only real complaint about just like the core 6v6 map pool is I wish that Payback didn't exist, and instead they replaced that one with like a larger map. I feel like we have too many tiny maps. Like Subsonic, Payback, Babylon. Right? I think those are the three kind of like tiny maps in 6v6. Get rid of one of them, replace them with a different big one, and I think I'd be happy at least. Hey, what's going on, Donuts? The meta for all these events is just play the game. There's still no farming method that gets us to engage in any interesting way. Yeah, it's like I wish, and now this is wishful thinking, but like, hold on. I'm sorry. It looks like Helljumper just joined my lobby. I'm backing out for a minute just to, like, imagine if. So the D13 sector gets added to the game, right? This really cool weapon, very interesting, kind of changes how gunfights work. Not like crazy or anything, but it's interesting, right? Imagine if update drops, and instead of having to grind through 370,000 XP in order to unlock it, you drop in and you either unlock it immediately, everyone who signs on, or you do like a short challenge, similar to like MW 22 and 23, where like you can get done in like 2 games, and now you get it, and the event is based on using that new gun, right? Maybe each of the challenges here, instead of XP, it's challenge based, or like kill based with the weapon. And it's like, you know, challenge, hey, get 3 kills that are, or 5 kills that are ricochet shots or whatever. Get this many kills that are payback or something. You know, incentivize people to use the new shit and give them the new shit so that it actually feels like hey, we added a new thing to the game, instead of hey, we added a new thing to grind for. It's crazy to me that like the focus of these events and these seasons seemingly isn't to make new like gameplay moments to get people to enjoy the game and ergo get hooked on the game, but instead to just tap into that like number go up, you know, mentality that it's like, I don't vibe with it, man. I got a job. I can't be grinding this game all day for no reason. Like, I don't know, man. That would actually make me care, and it would be something fun. I mean, and I'm saying this like, you know, right now, you know, the D13 is like a special gun. It could be like a fucking perk. It could be whatever. Like I don't know, just something to get people to do different shit. You know, they add a new game mode to the game. Put all the challenges in that new game mode. You know, prop hunt drops and make a whole prop hunt event full of shit that you need to play prop hunt in order to get. I don't know, focus shit in certain directions. I'm not a game dev, but I think that sounds fun. I only finished the first battle pass, Cold War. The first battle pass, Cold War was the last game I did all of them. Too much time sink for stuff I'll never use, you know. Yeah. I definitely fall into the same mindset. Or rather, I fall into the opposite mindset of like, oh, well, I need to get through this, you know, FOMO. I need to get this, you know, this very blueprint was something in, I think, the first season Battle Pass, or maybe I've already gotten it this season. And the only reason I'm using it right now is because I made it, like, I made a specific effort to actually put on a class, because otherwise 95% of what's in battle passes over the last 5 years I've never used, and it's just a number going up simulator. And there comes a point where it's just like, this is just not this is just not important in my life. Come on. Oh Lord, fuck. I thought I had that other gun still. That was on my other class. Did you see the leaked Battlefield gameplay? I don't trust those liars, but it looks pretty good for now. It's definitely good to not trust. Or I shouldn't say not trust, but it's definitely good to be like weary of stuff that like devs say like when in development and stuff like that, because things change like a million times. But that said, the gameplay looks fucking awesome. I don't fully know how many people... I haven't followed it enough. I don't know how many people have gotten into that test, or if that test is, like, ongoing. I did join the Battlefield Labs sign-up back when that... They put out that trailer saying, like, Battlefield Labs, join up today. I joined it, and then they sent me an email saying, like... Add what accounts you have or something to better your chances in getting in. Like complete the survey maybe. And I click on it and it says, cool, you've entered the queue. There are 360,000 people ahead of you. Wait time is 7 hours. 7 hours from then was 4 in the morning and I missed it. The next morning, I re-entered the queue, and it took the entire day again, and I just eventually didn't do it. And now when I click on that link, nothing happens. So I don't know if I missed my chance to get to get into that beta program or what. But man, would I love to, because that shit looked great. What am I being hit by? The Turk added Infected back to the playlist yet. I swear to God, it's the only amount of fun I have in this game. I did not see Infected last I saw. Or when I just checked before. That's a whole other thing, man, I could talk about is how every single game mode now is an LTM. It's crazy. It, Infected, Ransack. It feels like everything but Prop Hunt that they have added post-launch here is just in a constant state of on the chopping block, I guess, is a way of putting it. Hey, what's going on, Jay? Well, I didn't notice Black Ops 6 is a new event. I look at it and I realize it exists. Then I've been knee-deep in Gears of War 3 again. Hell yeah. Enemy UAV inbound. Yeah, this past week or two, I've been trying to take my own advice and playing anything else. I've been trying to finally go through like my backlog of PS5 games I've been trying to get through. What you doing, man? Oh, wait. Is this how I find out you can hack shit in this game? Can you... Am I high? How long has that been a thing in this game? I didn't think they had like a black hat thing. That's crazy. That just blew my goddamn mind. Variety is a major issue in this game. It makes it feel empty even though there's a lot of content. Yeah. Yeah, and like it... It's crazy. Like they dropped new maps, right? The new maps. Oh, well, I guess this map, right, is the most recent new map. But they dropped Bounty and Bounty and Dealership, season 2, and they were highlighted for about maybe a week in like a playlist, in a mosh pit playlist, and then it felt like immediately they were not quite taken out, right? Because they were still in rotation, but. They were no longer that playlist was gone. When like I really feel like the season mosh pit should be like a core staple of the season. Like in my opinion, again, I'm not a game dev, but every season that comes out should have a season mosh pit pinned at the top. That features all of the all of the new maps, both face off and not, right? Mix them all together, and all of the new modes too. You know, as new stuff gets added to the game over time, they just also get added to that mosh pit, so that people who are just joining kind of the season have a good like spot to be like, okay, this is where they, you know, this is all that we now have to offer, right? Then. You make that playlist double XP. So it like kind of incentivizes people to play that new content and actually like enjoy the new stuff and give it a shot. You know what I mean? And rewards people who are playing this thing constantly and are just kind of looking for something to mix things up. You know what I'm saying? And then in addition, maybe have some kind of, you know, what I was talking about before, where every new edition of the game, new wild card, new gun, whatever, just give it to us, or do like a very small challenge to unlock it, and then have challenges to complete that unlock like a special blueprint for it. Or a camo. They'll have that be the events. Not whatever the hell this is. Did I even get any? I got 1 clover that game. How? I mean, I know I did dog shit, but I didn't do that dog shit. Refreshing to hear you talk about ways to fix things instead of just crapping on the game all the time. I appreciate that. I just like I don't like being negative about the game. I don't like being negative in general, but I do feel like if you're going to be negative, have some kind of a solution, right? That's the only way that actual conversation happens. Like I don't know. Try to understand where the devs are coming from, too, with, like, certain decisions. Like, while I don't like SBMM, I understand the need for it in the devs' eyes. Same thing with, like, store bundles. I don't agree with it, but I can see what like they're going for. Or I'm sorry, not what they're going for. I can see like the problem that they are solving with it on their end. I think like you gotta kind of like understand where they're coming from, like with these events and shit like that, and like with every aspect of the game, and kind of try to figure out like, okay, how do we make something that's good for us and good for you. Solves our problem and your problem. Because in theory, they should be the same problem, but they're sometimes not. I don't think I made any sense with what I just fucking said, but whatever. You missed it, but someone was giving back shots to some dude in the best play. Is that what I saw? Dang. Am I about to get age restricted on the stream? I used to until I had to unlearn it because it sucked. I stressed myself out. Overgame I didn't even like playing. Same with camo grinding. That's what, yeah, that's... Unfortunately, that's... It's so... It's a good thing that you were able to unlearn it. Unfortunately, it's like that mindset is so ingrained in gaming and into like society in general. Like everything is built to be addictive first. And so it's like it can be so tough to like quit. Shit. I hate that Subsonic has my favorite plane, but it plays like ass. Dude, I actually like Subsonic. I know it's a small map, but I think if one new small map in this game was good, it's Subsonic. Because it's not like as small. It's probably like Nuketown size, you know? Maybe a little bit bigger even. It's hard to tell. I'd have to do some actual measurements. In fact, I might. Oh no! One thing that one comment I got a lot on the small maps video that I made. I don't know, 2 weeks ago now, 3 weeks, whatever the hell it was. Were people saying that maps that I called small weren't small? Which, like, some I'll give you. Scud, to me, feels small, but I think, like, looking at it objectively, it is pretty big. I'll give you that. Other people tried telling me that, like, this map wasn't small. Or, like, Payback was, like... I want to make a video. I don't know exactly the angle. But I want to, like, accurately measure these maps. And, like, you know, almost what the title of that video ended up being of, like... Try to answer, like, have COD maps actually gotten smaller? Like, measure the distance between, like, far corner of the map, like, running from corner to corner on every map in you know, certain games, and, you know, averaging them out to come up with, like, for Modern Warfare 2, it takes exactly 16 seconds to cross, or something like that. Because I think that's really the only, like, accurate gauge you can get on, like, if a map is actually small. Because in every game, you know, movement's going to be different. You know, movement right now is a lot different than in COD 4. Like if you played this map in COD 4, it would feel a lot bigger. Because there wasn't unlimited sprint. There wasn't tax sprint. There wasn't, you know, anything crazy. What do you think is the most forgettable MP map ever? I'll go first. Masquerade from BO4. Forgettable? I mean, anyone that I can recall, by, like, definitionally, would not be the most forgettable. I would say some MW3, like the original MW3 DLC, or like IW DLC. I feel like not enough people played IW, or not too many people played IW. If we're talking launch map, I don't even know. I mean, launch map, it would probably be like a COD 1 map or something. I like Payback. Payback is just not, it's just not my map. Honestly, though, I have like a ton of fun. Genuinely, I have a ton of fun on the larger maps. Like Vault, Vorkuta. Although Vorkuta isn't like that big. Even Red Card at times. I think Red Card just sucks in TDM. But getting in Hardpoint or Dom, I think it's alright. Maps used to be the big new thing for a season. Now it's the crossover paid events. Yeah, because that's where they make their money. I'll also say, and this is less seasonal stuff, but this is more like a trend I've noticed with every new COD that comes out. I feel like they don't try anything new in like the game mode space anymore. Again, you know, I'm a game mode guy. I've talked about it a million times. But like this game came out with Kill Order. That was the one. No, I wasn't making that. Honestly, it's a good thing I missed. It came out with Kill Order, which I thought was okay. But then other than that, anything new that they add is all just LTM. And because it's all LTM, it seems like the devs don't even want to try making a fun mode because... Like, it's almost like someone told the devs, don't make any new core modes. Just make LTMs or bring back old modes that we can now make LTMs. I don't know what that is. I want some new experiences, or at least old experiences. I want to play more than just TDM and kill confirmed, man. I say as I play Domination. Pig feels like a state from MW2. We got hit with the baby gun. Is that what that was? I will never remember the actual numbers for the baby gun. But I guess I kind of agree, but... Oh no, I died back there. Whee! Damn it. Am I supposed to be getting headshots, by the way, with this still? Yeah, I need 4 more headshots. Okay. Whoop! Almost had 1 more. Since Omni Movement, I found a new love of underbarrel grenade launcher. Omni Movement. Oh yeah, I forgot about this too. They added this shit. Hold on, let's see if I can get... Oh no, there's not nearly as much drop-off as I thought there was. Damn it. They added this crossbow too, which is like a really cool idea. But again, it's one of those things that I worked really hard to unlock, and then once I unlocked it, I was like, alright, bet. Now on to the next thing to unlock. I put it on a class, I didn't even use it. That's the first time I even fired the fucking thing. Oh my god. Got camping in the corner. I really should have saw him. To be honest, that tracks, even event modes are just rehashed existing modes with slight twists. Squid Game being a prime example. Yeah. I don't know, though. Like, Squid Game, I actually thought had, like, a decent amount of creativity to it. Right? There was a third mode in multiplayer. So Squid Game had... like red light, green light, which was bad, but it was creative. They at least like did something. You know what I mean? The other one they had was Pentathlon, which I really liked. Loved Pentathlon, even though it is just 5 other game modes kind of thrown together. It was really fun. I thought to have that kind of like. I really wish that they would have kept that around. And or expanded on it a little, like maybe there's 10 total game modes it could be, and every game you get randomly, you know, served 5 of those 10, so like not every game is the same. I don't know. I feel like if they just like, I feel like they could have kept it around. Did I get that thing? Whatever it was. I feel like they should have kept it around and developed it more, is I guess what I'm saying. Dom TDM kill confirm mashed up. Yeah, that's Pentathlon. I actually really like that game mode. But a lot of them are just like the TMNT one, which was just like regular. You play a regular game of Dom. But oh, what the fuck is that? What is this class? Let's do the wall. The Ninja Turtles one was just regular domination or hardpoint or whatever, but everyone just got a kill streak like when you got a certain streak. Like it was just an added streak thing to it, and like that just felt weird. Like what? This isn't actually a new game mode. In the same way that the endurance isn't a new game mode. It's just bigger. I don't know. Like I'd rather see more new game modes like Ransack. I know this isn't new, but CTF I'd love to see back. Demolition. Escort. Like some of the most fun that I've had in the last like few years of COD was in MW23, toward like I think the last season there, when they finally like added a bunch of stuff into quick play. I just loaded my quick play up with CTF, not demo, CTF, Escort, and I think one other like different objective mode, and I just played that all night. It was fantastic. I don't know why they don't even want to like make new objectives. I don't get it. Imagine if Uplink was brought back to this game with Omni Movement. Love it. Gridiron, which was effectively Uplink but on the ground back in World War II. Fantastic idea. Pain of hacking equipment and teammates destroying a mid-hack. Yeah, I almost accidentally did that to you before. But in my defense, I didn't even know that hacking was a thing in this game. I'm a fucking fake fan. So, Fang 82, belt fed mag, bliss, hell yeah. I don't think have I used the Fang? Do I even have it? Hold on. No, I do. I have it leveled the way the hell up. I don't think I've used it in multiplayer though. Oh no, I have 68 limbs. Can you even hack and booby trap care packages in this game? I don't know. I'm not the one to ask. But I'll echo your query. What time is it? 7:07. Okay. We've been going for like 40 minutes here. Hold on. With 40 minutes, how far into this event am I? 1. Am I insane? Does it not tell me how many I have right now? Oh, 62 down at the bottom. I have 62. In order to get this fucking wild card thing, I need 1,100. All right, let's do some quick math here. That was 4 games I played, I think. Right? So 62 divided by 4... That's 15.5. We'll call it 16 per game, right? 1,100 divided by 16. That's 69. Nice. That's 69 games I need to play. That's fucking absurd. That's fucking absurd, and that's not even the highest like level. It's absurd to unlock something to use in game. It's not like it's a mastery camo or badge or something. It's fucking bizarre. I'd like to see patrol mode. Oh yeah, patrol mode from Vanguard, solid. To me, it was like his new take on Hardpoint and Escort together. Loved it. I love that idea. Like, and it. Again, I'm not a game dev. So it's possible that it's like this is one of those things that we all think these game modes would play great. But it turns out like they tried Patrol actually, and something about Omni movement just makes it awful. Right? Like, that's possible. But I don't know, man. I don't see it. Because, like... How would that be the case? I know that it will never happen, and it sucks. But I just want one of these seasons. Like, every season I want, like, just, like, a bunch of new modes. All I think, you know, like I want Season 3 to come out, and it's, like, the party game season, and it's like, hey, here's Sticks and Stones, here's One in the Chamber, here's All or Nothing, here's 3 new ones that we just made, here's Havoc. And then season 4 comes out, and it's like, hey, this is the objective mode update. And that's where we have Patrol, we have Escort, maybe one or the other there. We got CTF, we got Demo. We got like 1 or 2, again, original things, because it can't just all be returnees. Although I would take just a bunch of returnees at this point. And then, you know, Season 5, oh, this is the competitive update or something. And for this one, we're adding, you know, a bunch of competitive style maps, and also like a paintball mode where like everything is... I think actually, what game did just have a paintball mode? Was that MW3? You know, yeah, something like that. And like... those game modes still always exist in the game. They just kind of like become maybe playlists or something if they're not like super popular. You know, maybe Can I get it? I don't understand what this thing is. Do I not run through it? Oh, to shoot it? We have to shoot it. Okay. Well, that was not very clear. Oh, thank you, Scary. Does Gearhead still function properly? I have no idea. Activision quickly feeding ChatGPT the idea that they want 50 new modes for Season 3. I'll take it at this point, because at least, you know, a bunch of AI-generated modes is better than none. Why is there not a thing above this? Am I crazy? Oh, the entire team left, that's why. I was like, why is it so quiet? By the way, I have 1 clover. I have 1 clover. And we are halfway through this game. This is a poverty lobby. As far as I can tell, Gearhead does work. Okay. Oh, here. We're getting some more people in. That was a regular-ass grenade, huh? Thought I should have cooked it.
Move it here.
Damn it. I knew I was open to the right there. I will say, love this map. Love Grind. Solid map. I don't really have anything bad to say about the DLC maps in this game. Oh, well, I have some bad things to say. But for the most part, they're all net positives to me. I gotta get that clover. Guys, I gotta get that clover. How do I get to that? Oh, it's gone! Well, that sucks. I didn't know they despawned that quick. Oh. Can you mount? You can't mount there. I mean, I suck. Fun fact, you can find the blackout elevator from construction site outside the map because this map was copy and pasted straight from BO4. Was that elevator thing there in BO4? Like, I know you just said it was in blackout, but was that asset there? Because I can't remember. When I did the Burger Town video, I can't remember if I booted up BO4's version of Grind. I definitely booted up BO2's to see if it was there, the Burger Town. And it wasn't. Oh, Lord.
They're taking C.
We go over to the right. The tall hill at spawn. Right? The tall hill at spawn. I don't know which spawn, but I'm going to assume maybe this one?
Losing A.
Right? Of a tall hill. Wait, tall hill?
This is ours to lose. Losing
Doesn't really matter. I believe you.
Losing Alpha.
Oh, maybe you mean this? I don't know.
Losing.
I'm not gonna recognize it either.
We lost.
Other one I died at.
Hostile planting spring mine.
Well,
Stand down, Crimson. We have
we'll never know. For sure.
I had to do a lot of things. Losing isn't one of them.
Pity win for getting our ass beat twice. I was gonna say something like that. I was about to say I'm pretty sure that's SBMM being nice to us. Although I don't think I did great. Oh my god, I did. Well, 1.3 KD, I guess is all right. I still don't do great. Wow, Rosa Parks on the bottom of the leaderboard on the other side there. Doesn't seem right. Activision yell some nasty cock blockers. Those fires off a nuke. Dang it! That sucks, man. If only all those people didn't back out and we had to wait so long for new people to come in. It's hard to play objective when we always have everything capped. Yeah. Well, at that point, everything's the objective. It really... Oh, man. What do we know about Season 3 so far? Besides Verdansk. We know Verdansk is coming back, right? They started to tease now the Zombies map. Which I believe... I don't think they confirmed it's at launch, but I think it's been leaked that it's at launch. But I don't think we know anything about what's coming to multiplayer. But, like, man, I gotta tell you, it needs to be something. HDR, AMAX, and Growl might be coming. Oh, yeah. I think that is at this point confirmed, right? Because it was in the Verdansk trailer. So you'd think that that's coming to multiplayer too, right? Oh, yeah, possibly full-on T-Rex boss fight. Yeah, that... I think... Was it you who posted that in the Discord I saw just before I went live here? Yeah. That... Man, I didn't think I wanted Call of Duty Zombies and Dinosaurs as badly or at all as I do right now. I am here for it. You think this game will get a boat map eventually? It has a boat map. It's a strike map. Or do you mean like Zombies? I've never heard anything for MP, just the mansion on Zombies and Verdansk. Because, like, man, it really sucks, but MD is really hurting right now. I don't know. I don't want to make a competition or anything, because, you know, Warzone literally hasn't gotten any fucking content in like what feels like 7 months. But multiplayer really needs some fucking love. It just feels like it isn't getting like the live service that we've come to expect out of the last 2 years. I mean, I know MW23 kind of always gets like the you know, they get the cake for being really good with their post-launch, but to be honest, MW22 also had a pretty good post-launch. Just in terms of like content and keeping like all modes accounted for, or making sure that all modes were cared for, I should say. Besides Spec Ops, although I guess there were raids, so that's kind of the same. But like DMZ was for the most part getting new updates. Multiplayer, within multiplayer, we were getting tons of like gunfight maps, ground war. We were getting brand new ground war modes the entire time, brand new game modes for 6v6. You know, say what you will about like that game in terms of you know, movement and the weird perk system, red dots on the minimap, all the greatest hits. But at least content-wise, we're eating good. I shouldn't even say eating good. we were eating a lot. Let's say, wasn't necessarily fine cuisine, but. What's your favorite dinosaur? Ooh, I'm going to go with a Stegosaurus. I actually don't know what a Stegosaurus even looks like, but it's fun to say. always think there's a fucking door there. I don't know what that is.
Bad guy, 12 o'clock.
Good lord. Oh, I thought I got sleeper agent there. Well, that isn't Lifeline because the map is molecular. I'm talking about carrier from BO2 size or Armada Strike. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I think just because they have a boat map in the strike rotation, I'm willing to bet that they wouldn't also make one for 6v6.
What the hell was that?
Just like variety-wise, you know? Like boat is such a... I think you only get one boat. One boat per game. You know, there's only one USS Texas. Mine would be... Do you think Thinkosaurus? Is that real, or did I just say a slur in another language? Please tell me it's not the latter. Here we go, everybody. Swimming the English Channel. Oh, here. Let's do one of those. Haha. Oh, hit somebody. I wonder if they're even gonna know it's from here. Now, can I jump this? Oh, I can. Okay. Oh my god, I forgot about the fucking clovers, dude. This is crazy. Do you think he saw us? Oh, haha. It's much better than a slur. It's the Freakosaurus. Alright, calm down there. Where do I know this from? Is there another map that this statue is on? Also, wait, is it impossible? Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I thought it was actually impossible. No. Good lord. Valderas Museum. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I wasn't sure. Interesting. I wonder if there's a deep lore connection to it. Can't stand this map, to be honest. I think it's alright. I think, honestly, what it is... I've said this for a bit. I'm done with TDM in general. I'm just like, I need something to focus on. Jesus. Is it also outside the map on Heirloom? Oh, maybe. Well, that's the thing. At least there it makes sense, right? Because this is all like the Lutazi family... Like, this is their vineyard. And they also, like, the vault on Heirloom is, like, theirs. So, like, maybe it makes sense. I don't know. I'm sorry, not Heirloom. That was Racket. Heirloom is the... Oh, wait, no. I think Heirloom is supposed to be Valderas Museum, too. Isn't it? Isn't it, like, somehow connected? Shit. That can't be right. Maybe. Good snipe, good snipe. Honestly, I might start sniping. Sniping is fun in this game, and I feel like I never am allowed to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let myself. That was let, not wet. Just want that to be clear. I'm going to wet myself later. Alright, is this a good blueprint? It feels very slow to ADS, which I think might just be the gun.
Drop one.
Let's just go with my custom. Pretty sure Valderas Museum is somewhere in the U.S. An Heirloom is in Avalon. It's a good point, although I thought it was in Mexico. Valderas. Maybe it's just like that. The like company was the same. Like the. It's like the same creators or something. I remember some kind of a connection when I was looking at it. I miss 2019's coherent storyline, right? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that COD 4, I shouldn't even say, maybe not even COD 4, but 2019 was what, like the 15th COD? 16th COD? It took Call of Duty the first time 16 Call of Duties, 16 mainline titles, almost got the clap, to completely go crazy enough that they had to reboot it because the universe didn't make any sense anymore. This time they went 5 years, and it already, like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense anymore. Like at this point, like, they're speeding up. It's getting worse. Aesthetic similarity. Well, that's definitely the case. I might be going crazy, but I thought there was like an actual in-universe connection beyond just you know, shared assets and things like that. I can't remember though. That tour was so long ago, and I think it got cut from the tour anyway. Wow, this is about to hit. Oh, it almost hit time limit. Damn. What the hell?
Crimson had the edge this time. We can't let it happen again.
All right, let's see how many. I got 6. I got 6 clovers. I need to be averaging 16 per game in order to get this done in 70 games. And I'm not even hitting a third of that. Or, I'm sorry, I am hitting a third of that. It's crazy. Cold War has the best MP storyline, don't at me. Cold War definitely did. As far as multiplayer goes. 2019, though, had like the best in terms of overall cohesion, I'll call it. Like, everything seemed to have a purpose. And like maybe not necessarily like deep lore, but like everything was kind of, there was a certain level of attention to detail to like why things were a certain way that they were. Like, why are we fighting here? You know, shit like that. Which, to be fair, that stuff I think kind of is here. But it just doesn't feel as connected to like the single player or to like the broader universe anymore. 2019 devs on a live stream said themselves that it was one cohesive universe between campaign, multiplayer, and Spec Ops. Yeah, I love that. The problem was you had skins and shit that, you know, had to fit in, and so they did away with it. Which, like, to be fair, I don't actually really care that much if multiplayer is like canon to the story or anything. It's whatever. For me, I just want to like feel a certain level of like okay, this fits in with the world. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what I want.
Domination. Engagement windows open. Go, go, go.
Locking down the
Should I keep sniping, actually? Should I chuck this thing? I might chuck it.
Zone Charlie locked down. We've claimed the advantage now. Hold
Peekaboo! Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. Peekaboo,
Losing
peekaboo.
Bravo.
No, not peekaboo.
That's a kill. Eyes on hostile.
Damn it. I don't know why I thought that was a friendly. Remember when Stitch gave the slap? Okay. I should have pre-read that one first.
Bravo lost.
Then he went to
Bring Alpha.
Verdansk Cold War 5, but Adler got pissed and shot him dead. Yeah, I will say, so the
Hostiles
villain in Cold War's multiplayer story really carried it. Like, Stitch was such a, like, a good character.
Hostile grenade.
I thought decent enough writing. Whoop. Land with the 16 months. Forgot the story I started last month. Oh no! Shoot. Wrong face? I don't know. I think that face worked. Also, welcome, Lat. Poopy. Why does Stitch just let Adler kill him, or does the character have no self-preservation? I think he knew the jig was up.
Securing B.
I feel like that's a common trope in it's a common enough trope that like the I don't know, the Russian or like usually Japanese guy has like enough of a code to be like, I am beaten. You shall kill me. Like is honorable enough to be like, I'm done. You got me. So I assume like that's I've completed my mission. Guess I'll die now. Yeah. Well, look, that's all there is. You know, you hear of soldiers coming back from war all the time. They can't reacclimate to society. That actually happens, I think, a lot more with prison life than than anything else. But regardless, he just didn't want to go through that culture shock.
Taking Bravo underway.
So it was a 4-on-1. Yeah, and Stitch just had a pistol. Yeah, like he wasn't. Although, to be fair, it was only because they all came in a helicopter and like found him at. Am I making this up? Was he sitting at Perseus's grave, like a headstone?
Securing B.
Like Stitch could have gotten away before the chopper had like landed, you know, or like done something. To be fair, before the like 4-on-1 actually started, you know, before like it was actually like level playing field. Stitch realized how meaningless he was to the Black Ops story. You know, well, yeah, he had to die because otherwise he would have shown up in BO2. He knew that the timeline was really, really tight on this thing. By the way, I was talking for a minute earlier about... What?
Net call.
I was talking about, for a minute earlier, like what we knew about Season 3 in terms of multiplayer. Like what kind of like leaks and shit there were. I might be out of the loop. Because, you know, I've been kind of out of the loop here for, like, the last, like, month or so. But do we know, like, fucking anything about this year's Call of Duty yet? Last I heard, like, months ago, the rumor was that they were going to do another .5 title. That was going to be, like, loosely, like a BO2 sequel. That was the last I heard, like, maybe 5 fucking months ago, and I've heard nothing since. And it feels like most of the time around now is when we'll hear like any kind of confirmation on that. But it feels like we aren't. And instead, we're hearing a ton of stuff for IW's next title the following year. But it feels like we don't even know who's developing this year's Call of Duty yet, right? I think that's extra weird because, like, this year is like, the one that matters. Because GTA 6 is coming out. Unless they're just, like, purely just, like, gonna shit the bed on purpose because they know they can't compete with GTA. Like... But I don't know. I might be out of the loop. Is there any more info out there besides what I just said as far as, like, what this next year's COD is going to be? Like, do we know who's developing it? I mean, it kind of feels like BO6 still hasn't fully started yet. Well, I don't disagree with that. We are coming up on, like, the midway point pretty soon. Two more months and we'll be midway, right? At the end of Season 3, that's halfway. Or probably mid-Season 3, too, because usually Season 6, it's kind of a short season anyway.
Securing B.
I think it was Ghost that said BO7 reveal will be around May, I think. Okay, so I guess we'll see then. I could see them waiting to do a reveal.
Pretty nice to see.
Again, because GTA 6. I've also noticed...
Established overhead.
a lot of games this year still don't have release dates.
Enemy UAV inbound.
There's a ton of games that I feel like I see at developer events that all just say 2025 still. And I think a big reason for that is GTA 6. There's still no date there, and everyone knows that that game is going to be such a behemoth that they need to know that information before they can actually put a date out. So it would not surprise me if COD waits a bit to actually do a reveal, because usually they reveal with a release date, right? So I get them not revealing it super early. I mean, they usually don't reveal it this fucking early anyway. But what I mean, I guess, is like the leaks we don't really even have, right? Like, again, who is developing this?
Controlling Bravo.
Is this another year of Treyarch? Did they pull Sledgehammer in again to do
Hostile UAV established.
an MW23 thing? Is it built on this engine? What's going on? Is there zombies? What's going on? Can't wait to see Floods of GTA 6 sucks because there's no possible way it could live up to the hype it's built. Man, you have a really good point there. But my one and only counterpoint to it: Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 legitimately is such a phenomenal game. Its setting, its story, its open world is so good
Enemy care package.
that it makes me forget how goddamn awful the gameplay is. So, if Rockstar can do that, if they can create a world, that's their most recent release, right? Even though that's still like
Enemy UAV inbound.
more than 5 years old,
Securing
right?
Zone A.
If they were able to do that, I'm pretty confident that even if like some aspects of GTA 6 aren't great, like if they still refuse to update their fucking controls, I guess if they still have the same wonky as hell like mashing X to run, and like you're never really fully in control of your character, even if they don't fix any of that shit, I'm pretty confident that like there will be enough there that they do really well to counteract it. You know what I'm saying?
Taking Bravo underway.
AI is developing the next game. Oh man.
Okay, you're prepping fire.
Well, I mean, we got plenty of time then, because AI can knock out a game in an afternoon, I'm pretty sure.
Against a handful of goddamn criminals.
I totally agree. RDR2 absolutely impressed me, continues to do so today. I thought Rockstar was done after 5 years of online trash. Yeah, it's wild, and it's. I don't know that the budget is out there for GTA 6, right? If we know how much money they're spending, obviously it's not even done yet, so that number is still climbing. But the budget for GTA 6 has got to be the biggest budget for anything ever, given that GTA 5 made the most money ever. This game has been in development, or I shouldn't even say been in development, because I don't know when the fuck pre-pro started on it or anything like that, but it's been at least like 5 years since their last major project, which was Red Dead 2. So you would think that it has at least that much of development, that much development time to it. It just like, I feel like most AAA studios, you give them 5 years and $1 billion, and they're gonna make something that's at least like 90 out of 100. You know what I mean? Like 5 years is such a long time for development time. Bethesda are the only ones who could fuck something like that up with Starfield. But I don't know. I feel like it's so hard to fail with the amount of resources they have in there. If it somehow does, I would be shocked. It would be the biggest like upset in gaming. Mashing X to run sucks. Thankfully, they did in I think it was in one of like the next gen upgrades, they made it to where you can pushing on the stick to run, which is much better. Still not great. But and look, I'm about to say something wild. What I'm about to say is crazy. But after playing GTA 5 and then playing the game Days Gone, both games, I'm not talking about like open world, not talking about story, not talking about immersion, anything, but just from like a how tight the controls feel to shoot your gun, to loot off the ground, to stealthily sneak around, to do anything that you would do in both games, right? Get on a fucking on and off of vehicles, right? Days Gone feels so fucking good. And GTA 5 is like it's like the worst controlling game I think I've ever fucking played. Regardless of the mashing X, your character just does some crazy shit. You touch the stick a little bit and he wobbles all around, and that is my one and only hope for GTA 6. If they can just smooth that out and make it at least on the level of fucking Days Gone, I would be happy. Because like this isn't something they have to like reinvent. This is something that other games have done and continue to do really well. Third-person shooters exist. You know? GTA 5 PS3 era game, remember though. That's true, but Red Dead also had that issue. Red Dead Redemption 2 also had the same clunkiness. Clunkiness, that's the word that I was looking for, by the way. GTA 5 is also over a decade old. Their games never had great controls in the first place. The old 3D games are miserable to try and play now. For sure. But, you know, Red Dead came out in 2018, I think. 2019. Fucking Fortnite came out 2 years prior and plays infinitely better on the sticks. Again, Days Gone came out, I think, that same year. If not, like, a little bit before Red Dead. And it played... It handles great. Leading me to believe... And, again, so much money, so many talented devs over there, I assume, considering the shit they've made, that I can only assume it's, like, an active choice to make their games control like doo-doo. And it's like, I don't know why. I don't know what that is. That clunky feeling to it just, it only hinders it. I mean, I think, again, no game dev. I don't know the reason. I don't know what problem they're solving with it, but I don't know. Do you ever play Max Payne 3? It feels like a step in the right direction compared to 5 and even RDR2. I haven't played any of the Max Paynes. So actually, I can't comment on those, but that was before. Max Payne 3 was before GTA 5, though, right? When are we getting GTA for Game Boy Color remastered? There's gotta be an emulator or something to play that on PC, right? For free. Was that shit on the Game Boy Color actually, or you making a joke right now? Because I mean, I know that you know the first few games obviously were those 2D ones. Yep, Max Payne 3 is 2012. Okay. Oh, like right before GTA 5 too. All right, let's use this fucking crossbow that I forgot to use again. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to choose my battles. Ah, shit. Well, this is kind of not great. I don't think it explodes. Damn it. Yeah, it was a top-down game, and then they made GTA 2 and GTA Advanced. Ooh, GTA. So what the fuck happens when I shoot that thing? Like, oh. Did I just miss it last time when they dropped a bunch of bullshit? I'm at 12. I'm still not even at my 16 quota. God, I have a fucking quota in a Call of Duty game. Stop jumping! Good lord. All right, I think this might be my last game here, and then we'll wrap up the stream here in a bit. I'll hang out for a little bit though, and we'll see what's popping. We've done the unthinkable and start playing Warzone just to use MW2 and 3 guns with Omni movement. As long as MW4 doesn't make the same mistakes 3 in a row, it'll feel great. Man, I don't know. The more that I play this game with Omni movement, I think genuinely, I think I want them to tighten Omni movement back down a little bit. I don't think that the shooting while diving is super necessary. I like sliding sideways. I do feel like there should be more of a penalty to doing it. Because, like, you can just slide every fucking corner. Good lord. We're just gonna throw one of those. It's not really Omni movement, it's just shooting and diving, I like, to be honest. Wow, we're opposite wavelengths, because yeah, the shooting and diving part, that's the part that I'm kind of like on. But I really like sprinting backwards. Like the sprinting side of things could continue on. I'm down. I mostly just use it in zombies though, sprinting backwards. So maybe that's a poor example. At this point in a couple years, they'll just relaunch slightly graphically enhanced 2019 with grounded movement and skins. We can hope. I'd be fine if they brought back tack stance sliding and did hipfire only diving. I don't think full ADS is necessary. I can get behind that. I think that's a solid compromise. LGBLT I was on the other team there. Love that name. Yeah, man, I don't know what at this point what kind of sucks, but also kind of doesn't. Leave the party. I'm done playing right now though. We're just gonna chat for a minute. What sucks but also kind of doesn't, in terms of Call of Duty Land, right? Next year, so we've been on like the same train. Train isn't the best analogy. Since 2019, Call of Duty has been the most formulaic it has ever been. Right? I know it's a joke. They made it back in the day. Every COD feels the same. And to a certain degree, yes. It has always felt the same. But back in older CODs, I think especially because the game, the franchise was a little bit younger, it took up like, every game was like was 10% of the entire franchise's lifetime, whereas like now it's like 4% or something, right? And the difference between like the original MW2 and like into Black Ops, MW3, Black Ops 2, like the golden era was very samey for sure. But that's only 4 years. And then they did jetpacks, which is fucking crazy. And then World War II brought us back to boots on the ground. And not only like all of these differences in setting, right. We saw more than just like the differences in setting, but also character customization from like every game was like slightly different and like was evolving in the background, right? Live seasons started to like take off and change, and we had map packs, and then we didn't have map packs, and then we had COD Elite for a minute, and like all kinds of different shit was happening. You had like the division system come in for a minute, and then you had Ghosts had perks that were like a la carte almost. All kinds of like different changes to the core formula that happened year by year, right? In the span of like from COD Ghosts to what was 5 years after COD Ghosts. That would be 2018, so that would be BO4. That, like, era had so much variety to it. So much changed. So much was, like, picked at and prodded, and, like, all right, what if we did manual healing now? What if we did specialists? What if we did 5v5? I just mentioned a bunch of shit from only BO4, but, like, there's a lot to it. Fast forward now from 2019 to today, and I'm for the most part I'm gonna count this year's Call of Duty BO7, whatever it is, as part of this, because all signs point to it's gonna be the same shit. They all look the fucking same. They all have the same, like, kind of tabs UI. You have your loadouts, in which there's a gunsmith with a ton of fucking attachments that look like this. Perks are probably the only part that, like, kind of changes from time to time, but they all have field upgrades now, and it's all the same field upgrades in there. The rest of the class never fucking changes. You've got operator systems, and you buy operators from the store, which has not changed. Or you get them through the Battle Pass, which is the main seasonal progression. You play the same, like, 7 fucking game modes. There's 6 seasons per game, and each one has like the same roadmap and blogs. Like, we're stuck in the same cycle here, where, like, every new game that comes out is genuinely built on the exact same bones and doesn't actually change really much of anything. Like, if this game released right after 2019, MW 2019, it would fit in, like, right along next to it, because there's been no evolution over the last 6 or 5 years to get to this point. You know what I mean? It's we moved 5% in this direction, and then the next game we just move 5% in another direction, and then right back. We're just ping-ponging, kind of, like, back and forth in this very small window between 2019 and Black Ops 6. And somewhere, Cold War is over here, and, like, I'm doing, I think, a terrible job of explaining it, like I usually do, but, like, it's such a we need another, like, reboot. We need something to push the game into something new. And the frustrating part is, I think we're finally going to get that in 2026. It feels like, everything that we're hearing about Infinity Ward's next game is going to hopefully be that. But we're still, like, 18 months away, and there's a whole other Call of Duty game, like, slapped in the middle that is undoubtedly going to be this more of the same exact shit. To me, that is what is, like, aggravating to me as a COD fan, is, like, knowing, like, we're just gonna get the same shit, and it's kind of defeating me. It's me making me not want to, like, play, because I know everything in here, I'm just gonna get it all again next year, and everything I'm getting this year is exactly the same as last year. It's like we're just on a fucking treadmill, and we're not. I want to be running past new shit. I don't want to be on a treadmill staring at the same fucking Battle Pass wall forever. Anyway, rant over. That's all. Let's see. I like how BO6 got rid of negatives on attachments, but I miss making it intentionally terrible guns. That's yeah. I'm with you there. Maybe MW4 can make attachments have no cons, but then parts like the barrel and stock do have them. Maybe there might be, like, a way of balancing shit. To be honest, with a lot of, like, weapon balance stuff, I don't feel confident in, like, weighing really much of an opinion in terms of, like, I don't know what it would do to, like, the broader ecosystem to have, like, pros and cons and whatever. I just want guns that are easy enough to build, to be able to, for me to look at and be like, okay, if I add a grip, it's going to do this. If I add a scope, it's going to do this. I just want some clarity, and for, like, those decisions to actually mean something, which is something that I felt like the last few years didn't have. Like last year was just super confusing, and most of the attachments just kind of made, like, small little incremental, like, almost no changes to the point where, like, there wasn't a point to it for me to like actually dive into it. So I think right now we're like in a good spot in terms of attachments, but I'm all for like, you know, trying to get it more in that direction. Switching to the same engine and having to integrate the Warzone absolutely fried the distinction between games. 100%. That's a solid point. Sedan Chevy, love it. Yeah, Warzone and COD HQ, I think, is like mostly to blame for this. Because now that Warzone is based on the MW 2019, or was based on the 2019 engine, things like weapon blueprints and operators need to be in every single game. And if that's the case, then you also need attachments that can integrate properly into Warzone. And you need store bundles that can all kind of like it all needs to fit into that mold. And so even though multiplayer and even the campaign are like so separate, they aren't allowed to stretch too far past that mold, because at the end of the day, they still have to come back to it. It's one of the reasons that, like, while I am looking forward to Verdansk and I want to get back into it for a bit, and I recognize that a lot of people love Warzone, I kind of want it to not work. I kind of want Verdansk to not save Warzone, and for them to finally make some actual changes over there, or just kill it. That's really where I'm at this point. If that's what's causing the rest of the fucking game to continue to stagnate like this, it's like, just fucking kill it. Take it out back, man. Speaking of 5v5, I really want MW4 to have 10v10 be the standard with 2019 sized maps. Might cause some streak spam, but they could figure it out. That's an interesting take. I never thought about it. I wonder if people would be on board for that. If instead of making a bunch of tiny maps, if instead we just played on normal, you know, medium to large size map, or rather medium size is like the smallest, and instead just like made every team 10v10, because people love 10v10 mosh pit, right? It's in the 10v10 mosh pit right here. It feels like every single game since like Vanguard has just needed to have this 10v10 mosh pit in here for like gamers to be happy. So like, I might be for it. Fuck it. At the very least, 10v10 mosh pit should be there from launch, you know. And despite them all feeling the same now, we never get last year's quality of life improvements. Same cycle of rogue launches and months of content drought. Yeah, that's also the other half of it. It's legitimately the best Call of Duty game right now. The best Call of Duty game is last year's COD MW3. And the only reason for that is because it has had a full year of quality of life improvements, content additions, and bug fixes, right? It has already spent the full year getting all of that content out to you that you could be playing right now, but instead they want you to play the current game where they're drip feeding a lot of it's the same exact fucking content over and over and over again, right? Gunfight came in this season. Gunfight was already in MW3 last year. I'm not Gunfight. Gun Game. They just consistently add it later, and then you have it for 4 months, and then the next game releases without it, and now you don't have it anymore for a bit. And it's like, what? It's a treadmill. It's all a big fucking treadmill. I really hope that MW4 is exactly that. Moving back to 2019, systems were peak. Hell yeah, man. Just give me some red dots on the minimap and I'm happy. Also, going back to 2019 and like playing, gunplay feels amazing in that game. Like, I know everyone talks about like movement. Honestly, movement in that game kind of sucks. It's all about gunplay. It's like when you jump, your gun stays. It's solid. Like, visual recoil is like, I shouldn't say recoil. Visual like movement is almost non-existent. It's great. Do you think the mechanics now are too tuned to movement shooter rather than play your way arcade shooter? Yeah. I don't know if it's necessarily mechanics. I mean, I guess mechanics is kind of nebulous. I think part of it's the maps, part of it's the modes, right? Like, there's no ground war anymore. And, like, maps, as I mentioned, you know, most of them are small maps. There's, like, 4 that you can reasonably try to snipe on. And also, like, everything we were talking about earlier, like, the events being, like, fully XP based, that rewards people who just get into a million gunfights, you know, win or lose. That incentivizes people to not play the way you want to play, just play fast. So yeah, I think I agree. I don't think you read it, but earlier I said basically the same thing, where I've kind of forgotten BO7 is coming and just waiting for MW4. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I did miss that. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm excited to see what BO6 could be. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna like not play the game. But my expectations are on the floor. But that's also good. Like, I talked about this before BO6 released. I made a video saying manage your expectations, because everyone was hyping this game up to an astronomical level. And I was talking about how, to me, the best Call of Duty games are ones that I went into it thinking nothing of. The MW23, I was like, not in, like, I was like, oh, this is not going to be great. Ended up having like a pretty good time with it. It's probably one of the better Call of Duty games in general, right? It's like the lower your expectations are, then the lower the game actually has to be. The less good the game has to be in order for it to actually be a solid game, in your opinion. So I'm happy that I don't give a fuck about BO7. is what I'm saying. From MW4, I want either the 2019 Gunsmith or no barrel and stock attachments and loot box eras, 3 billion weapons that are basically different versions of the same gun. MW2 tried to do both. Man, I don't know. Weapons are probably... I'm happy with the amount of weapons in BO6. I don't want a million guns. To me, that sounds like hell, personally. I just want to... I want each one to feel unique, and I feel like when you have a billion guns, it's very, like, samey. You end up with, like, 14 M13s. Pros and cons made the game interesting. Play a match and tell me how many enemies you come across that aren't using Ninja or a suppressor. That's fair. I think in theory, the con to using a certain attachment should be that it locks you out of another attachment, right? I think that's the idea, at least. To me, I think a big part of the, like, everyone using a suppressor thing is that Gunfighter is like you can just throw Gunfighter on and get 8 attachments, and like there's really nothing else in the wildcard slot that most people want to use. You know? Like, overkill maybe, but like nobody really cares about extra tacticals. Or an extra lethal, because you spawn and die so quick that it's like you don't need another grenade. Spawn with 2 different field upgrades. Cool idea. No one uses field upgrades. Let alone 2. Perk Greed. Perk Greed is useful. I'll give you that one. High Roller. It's good. I like it. Most people are not going to be using it. Most people are playing Face Off where there's no score streaks anyway. Fly Swatter, kind of the same thing. So, I think that's part of it. It's just Gunfighter, so, like, Gunfighter itself doesn't have any cons, if that makes sense. Yep, can't have a big graphical jump because then all the old COD skins will look bad in comparison. Maybe, that's an interesting take. I think that... I don't know, because I feel like... if Warzone just exists on this older engine and they make a big leap with a multiplayer, even if those new skins did look good, I feel like that would almost be good for Activision, because then they would sell even more skins for like the current game. You know what I mean? Everyone would be like, oh, that one's shiny. That one has more pixels. I'd be interested to know how many of your friends who have dropped COD are interested in Verdansk coming back. My mates loved OG Warzone, but have no interest how different it is now. Man, I don't. So, in my friend group, I'm like the only guy really like still playing Call of Duty. That, you know, I'm the one posting like, yo, they added Hacienda, dude, you know, shit like that. I haven't said anything about Verdansk coming back to them, and they haven't brought it to me, so I take that to mean they don't give a shit. The last time that they were really into COD was actually at like release of BO6. Like we played a decent amount for like a month or two before they kind of all dropped off it. I don't know. I don't have as good of a pulse on like the casual COD community as I used to. I went back and played some 2019 a month ago. That's what made me take a break from BO6. Gunplay is chef's kiss. It's great, man. It's great. Personally, I still think MW23 is like still the best in terms of movement and gunplay. It just feels tight. It feels good. Also, I will say though, a big part of why 2019 feels weird to me personally is because I play on console, and that was the last game without an FOV slider on console. And so going back to it, everything feels so slow because, you know, I've got barn doors on. So that's probably a big reason why, like, I think like Vanguard feels better than 2019. I don't know. Let's see what I miss. I think Verdansk Lang, Avalon might have done more than people notice for BO6. Every DLC map except 3 are pulled from the BR map. 2 of those 3 are grind and Nuketown remake. Man, I think I tweeted this. It feels like Warzone, or it feels like Call of Duty since like 2020 just hates new content, man. Avalon looks so cool. Again, this might invalidate what I'm about to say. I'm not coming back to Warzone if it's just BR. If they had some new game modes, I'm sure I will try it. I think it'll be fun. They had Lockdown back. But like Avalon looks so cool. I wanted to play on Avalon, man. Verdansk is all right. I'm still excited for Verdansk. But it's a different level of like excitement. It's kind of like oh, okay. Whereas like Avalon would have been like, oh shit, we got a whole new map to discover. You know, disappointing. I feel like everyone looks back at 2019 with those rose-tinted glasses because no game made me hate COD more than that game. Gunplay was good, art direction was great, okay movement, everything else is bad. I think like that's a fair point. I think Warzone also kind of like took over that game. And so a lot of what people love about Warzone, they kind of attribute also to 2019, I think. Field upgrades used to be used when Dead Silence was in it. Yeah, field upgrades in general, like it's really just the assault pack, the trophy system. That's really all that I see people use. Sleeper Agent, occasionally. Personally, I like Warcry. To me, I just always forget it's there, to be honest. There isn't and never was an Avalon map. There was. It's modeled. It's made. Say what you want about MW2's first 2 seasons, but Dome was the only Al-Mazrah cutout. Sure, but percentage of the maps that came out, that's like 25% of the maps. You know what I mean? There was Shipment Shoothouse and Valder's Museum, right? Was there any other 6v6 map in the first 2 seasons? To be fair, also, I'm perfectly fine with them cutting out maps for multiplayer. I actually like it when like a season is cohesive. You know? Oh, Expo was season 2. All right. So it wasn't 25%, it's 20%. Does that make it does that make it better? Let's see. Call of Duty try to make a filler event challenge impossible. Yep. Verdansk is not going to save Warzone. I don't know what Activision is thinking, bro. They're thinking Fortnite did Fortnite OG and people really liked it. I think. And they're probably thinking, oh, people will complain. People didn't like that we brought Verdansk back on mobile, so people will like it here. And to be fair, I do think people will like Verdansk. I just don't think just adding Verdansk is alone is going to be enough to keep people engaged. Like, I think that it is, like, right now, Warzone is in the hole, right? If we can imagine this is like a line, Warzone is like in the negative 50 points right now. It's doing dog shit. I think Verdansk is a net positive. It adds, let's say, 20 points to it. So now it's in the whole 30. But it's still in the fucking hole. They need to do something to make that other 30 up to get it to be profitable again. Not quite profitable. I'm sure it's profitable now, but, get it in the community's good graces again. Now, what that is, I don't know, because I don't play Warzone, but I'm told that it's not great right now. To me, I would add any other game mode besides BR. Do something new. Make something, do DMZ again, but actually develop it. I don't know. I have a strange feeling that Verdansk will see a bump in players, and then the casuals who love the OG will drop it, as it's too fast now. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be exactly like when they added Rebirth, to be honest. Like a big spike for a minute, and then immediately back down. People who make the Warzone maps are genuinely excellent designers. The maps are so well detailed and stylized. I just like wandering around as a digital tourist. I think that's great. I just wish that there was a game mode like DMZ, a slightly less hardcore DMZ, cough, that lets you appreciate it more. Because like there's a lot of detail that goes into those maps. It's made like any other map we have in general. You play COD Ghosts. It was huge when you were able to go far away beyond the bounds, like BO6. I did a video comparing this. I obviously I haven't seen your video, and I haven't like gone into COD Ghosts and like went way off in the distance or anything, comparing the bounds. But that's just not like you can compare a map today that isn't on Avalon, right? You can take a map like I don't know, Payback, name a random map, and see that the not the bounds, but the actual level itself ends pretty quickly, pretty soon after. But everything that takes place on Avalon, including ones like on Stakeout, where there would be no reason for them to build this massive thing for, does. And so like what would be the reason for doing all of that if not that it was a or is a massive other map, including the fact that like there are POIs out there that aren't multiplayer maps that are unseen from any other multiplayer map. You can find firing range in there. It's like why are those there if that's not part of the map? On top of the fact that this has already happened before with Verdansk, the first time that we saw that, and I'm trying to think right now if Al Mazrah was the same way, or if Al Mazrah released at the same time. But at least with Verdansk, everyone knew that Verdansk was coming as a Warzone map because you could see it on all of these other multiplayer maps. Like we went through this before. You know what I mean? I'm fine with cutouts too. I just know how the community would react. That's true. Yeah. There's always a disconnect between like how the community would see things and how I would see things, I'm different. I'm just built different. We're just built different. Let's see. They should add DMZ and Purgatory. Purgatory was fun. I feel like it didn't have like enough of like a point, a purpose. Like Purgatory with like more clear objectives would be fun. I just want like a good PvE mode, man. So, something like Helldivers. I'm down with. Fortnite got weekly map and loot updates and struggled to keep players for a month. Oof. Activision is banking on the far less popular Verdansk to carry the game for 8 months of Warzone 3. Or Warzone 3 is getting taken out back. We'll see. The rumor was also that, like, behind the scenes, Activision said, or the vibe is that if this doesn't work, then they're just gonna cut Warzone. That like they're gonna sunset it. You know. We'll see. DMZ and Plunder were my jams. Hell yeah, man. It genuinely. I feel like a broken record because I've been talking about this all stream in regard to multiplayer. I want new game modes. Give me a new mode. Give me a respawn mode in Warzone that isn't Plunder and isn't based on just fucking BR like Resurgence. Resurgence is just BR, but the first 20 minutes you get to respawn sometimes. Just give me like a new game. Something like Lockdown was really fun. The escort mode I can never remember the name of was really fun. Just do some more shit like that. Put Ground War in there. Put DMZ back. I work in level design. I can tell you 100% the MP maps are made in isolation, placed into Avalon for BR, and then updated for the MP backdrop environment. Level instancing is a powerful tool. Okay, that's interesting. That actually is interesting. I guess I would assume that would be how it would work. You make it in isolation and then not exactly copy paste, I'm sure, but drag and drop. Now there's Warzone Mastery camos. Oh boy. PvE mode for Warzone would make me play it significantly more. PvE solely for Warzone, like DMZ in Tarkov, in a Tarkov way, would be amazing. That's what I'm saying. Bring DMZ back, make it PvE only, or PvE mostly, right? Maybe have some PvE sections or maps or something. But genuinely, like we need a lean back mode because that doesn't exist in COD anymore. Just one where you can chill. Zombies is the closest thing. I really want to know how much money was dumped into Warzone Mobile. I checked it out a few weeks ago, and it doesn't even have BO6 support. Really? I do know at least like levels carry forward, don't they? And or at least Battle Pass progress, I thought. Make MP map, place it into BR world, adjust the roads and terrain to meet MP map. BR done. Set map to have unique lighting. Done. That's interesting. So, could it ever go the opposite way, right? Could there be like, oh, you know what? This POI is actually really cool. Can we pull this POI out to make it multiplayer map? I'm sure that happens at times, right? Or is that just like fucking crazy because then you're going from big to small? I mean, I'm sure it's also different, you know, because they don't use like like an open source just like engine, right? Like they have their own proprietary thing. Payload, that's what it was, by the way. Yeah. I missed the payload mode from OG Warzone. Pushing the trucks with 100 players is crazy. Yeah, man. That like large scale battle is what I miss, and that's something that I'm hoping with Battlefield like really hunkering down now. I'm hoping that COD is kind of like shaking their boots a little bit and will like invest in these bigger scaled modes again, you know? Because like Ground War was really fun, I thought, in MW22. MW3 was also fun, but they just gave it like no support. And yeah, I don't know. PvE with a PvE side mode. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of different ways they could do it. My thought is like kind of like the Purgatory mode where like you had a bubble, but that bubble would be, you know, you go there for PvP. Or something like, you know, on the map select, you have, you know, Al-Mazrah or like the main map that's PvE only, but then like Building 21 is PvPvE or something. It can work out, you know? The last tweet of February 20th showing BO6 patch notes, but I didn't see anything BO6 in my operators, calling cards, or weapons, so I don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that they have Call of Duty Mobile and Warzone Mobile both getting support at the same time is crazy. Why did they do that shit? It's just confusing. Absolutely it can. It happens in the finals, where they made multiple larger maps, but their small mode maps are small sections of the larger ones with literal electric walls blocking players' escape. Okay. Feels like a duct tape method at that point. Just put a box around it. I like the main map, PvE, Building 21, PvPvE, yeah. Because then you can also probably work in story to it, right? Of like, you know, when you go here, it's everyone's together. But you go over here, all bets are off. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Anyway, I should end the stream. We've been going for about 2 hours here. The last half hour is just me screaming about Call of Duty. Well, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. We'll have a new video out hopefully this weekend. I'm really trying for Sunday. We'll see. Might end up being Monday. Monday is like, at this point, I've been uploading every Monday. I don't mean to, but that's just how my week has been going. I need the entire weekend most of the time to do stuff. But yeah, that video will be out hopefully Sunday. It's all about bad Call of Duty maps in Call of Duty history. It's about bad multiplayer maps in COD history. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. It's kind of in the same vein as that Burger Town one, or the small maps one. And then after that, we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling. Once season 3 comes out, we'll do accurate tour of that one. Jaren with the 15 months. Thank you so much. You take care too. Among Us. What? Good stream. See you next one. All right, that's it for everybody. I'll try to stream next week. Although full disclosure, I streamed 2.5 weeks ago, and I said, "Hey, I'll be back on Friday," and then I just didn't come back. So don't take that as anything. But I'll try to be back next week. We'll see. I'll see if I can come up with a good idea so that we're not just playing. Oh, by the way, hold on. How many? I got 92 clovers, by the way, in an hour and a half. Congratulations, everybody. We are 9% of the way there. This is a fun event. Anyway, bye!